Welcome to the Senior Living 411 series. Today is, I think it's day 14, and November is Fall Prevention Month. Regular exercise helps to strengthen muscles and maintain or improve fitness, balance, stamina, and suppleness at any age, as well as reducing joint pain. As such, regular exercise will help reduce your risk of having a fall. As with all exercises, make sure you warm up and cool down and that you've carried out a number of simple safety checks before you start. Over the course of the next 3 days, you will watch 5 short videos on fall prevention exercises, an intro. You will see how to do an exercise level test. And then we have strength and balance level 1, 2, and 3. These videos will help you determine which level of exercises are best suited to you, or if you should seek guidance from your physiotherapist. Tonight's show is the 411 on fall prevention exercises. We'll be showing you the introduction and the exercise level test. However, if it's your first time to the show, if you've never been to the show before, my name is Desiree King, and I'm a senior home safety advisor here in Ontario. And I wanted to share my story with you. So the first question that I'm often asked when I deliver seminars such as this is, what do you know about aging? You're so young, or why do you care? And the question is truly that it's my passion. Now, without dating myself, don't try to calculate my age, but when I was 14 years old, I volunteered to work in the hospital as a candy striper. Back then, we wore a red and white apron, and I, in that time, worked in the hospital delivering books to the geriatric people on the geriatric floor. And I still remember a lot of the wonderful conversations I had. I think that was the beginning of me falling in love with working with seniors. I then went on to work as a dietary aide in the geriatric ward of a hospital throughout my high school years. And since then, I've owned and operated several senior-related businesses. Most recently, I worked as a realtor for the past 6 years, who specialize in working in the 55 plus demographic. And I've taken a slew of courses in everything from aging in place to downsizing, retirement living options, and I've also taken courses in dementia care. I've also worked as a client care coordinator for one of the leading home health care companies in North America. And I must admit that during my time spent as a realtor, I always felt a pull more towards the educating and serving side of the business, more so than the real estate side. So at the beginning of 2020, I knew that something in my life was about to change. I knew that my calling was greater than my career. Little did I know that we would hit a pandemic called coronavirus. And as a matter of fact, no one knew that. So over the past 7 months, coronavirus has killed roughly 9,822 Canadians. 81% of these deaths are linked to long-term care homes. Now, healthcare officials have cited the need for, rigorous visitor and resident care protocols and precautions in these facilities. But the solution is also in our hand. We as a people, as the future elderly population of this country, have to make some decisions as well on how we want to age. And I firmly believe that we as Canadians need to change our thinking and method of caring for the elderly. One possible solution is that we honor the wishes of our elderly members of society and allow them to stay at home by doing what places like Scotland has done and pouring money into home modifications and home health care as opposed to hospital funding. Now, over the past 2 months, as I sat at home listening to the news and watching the number of deaths occur with our seniors, I realized that I wanted to do more than I was already doing. I realized that being a realtor did not align with my desire to have a greater impact on the lives of seniors. The ancient Greek physician Hippocrates once said, "Drastic times call for drastic measures." And my drastic measure took the form of me officially resigning from real estate and turning my attention to my one thing. So I extracted what I was already doing as part of my real estate, working with the elderly demographic, and decided that my one thing was senior home safety. While many seniors want to stay at home safely, the truth is their homes are not equipped to do so. And what you'll see from the statistics I'm going to show you how true this is. In preparation for what I see will be a shift in the mindset of seniors, their adult children, and society on the whole, my main objective is to assist families in figuring out what is wrong in the homes of themselves or their loved ones and what needs to be addressed in order to allow our seniors to be safe in their own homes. Now, I mentioned sharing some statistics to you. So you're probably wondering, why is fall prevention so important? You know, it's a whole month. Why are they dedicating a whole month to fall prevention? I'm going to give you 4 reasons tonight. Number 1, falls are common. Falls are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries for older Canadians. As a matter of fact, 1 in 4 older adults fall each year. And every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in the emergency room for a fall. Every 19 minutes, an older adult also dies from a fall. Amazing statistics. Number 2, falls can cause serious injuries. Falls result in injuries such as hip fractures, broken bones, and head injuries. In fact, more than 2.8 million older adults are treated in emergency departments annually because of a fall, and this results in over 800,000 hospitalization. The third reason is falls are costly. The average hospital cost for a fall injury is over $30,000. And falls with or without injury carry a heavy burden on the quality of life. After a fall, many older adults develop a fear of falling, and as a result, they limit their activities and social engagements. Fear of falling can result in further physical decline, depression, social isolation, and feelings of helplessness. The fourth reason is falls impact caregivers too. Research has shown that after a care recipient's first fall, caregivers report a significant increase in caregiver burden, fear of falling, and depression. Research has also shown that the toll on the family caregiver's health, it appears to increase over time. And if you can prevent a fall, whether it is for you as the caregiver or the person you are caring for, you can save time, stress, and money. I will now play the first video, which is on fall prevention exercises and introduction.
As we get older, we sometimes get a bit less confident in our walking, a bit wobbly on our feet, and sometimes we might have some falls. That often means we avoid activities, but falls are preventable. Fall services exist all across Scotland, and you should be able to access them relatively easily. They spend a lot of time looking at other risk factors that might be an issue for you, but more importantly, they nearly always flag up that people need to improve strength and balance. With strong muscles and good balance, you can prevent a trip from becoming a fall.
I feel it has improved my muscle tone, and not only that, it has maintained it as well over quite a long time. This has been important for me because, especially for my legs, because I've got arthritis in my knees, and I believe that this has helped me longer distances, and I don't have to take rest so often as I did before. So I've been doing it for quite a long time.
A strength exercise is when your muscle gets warmer or slightly shaky. That means you're doing the exercise to a level that your body will start a training effect. So you have to feel that you're using the muscle. And the next day you might feel that you've used the muscle. We all know if we've done something a bit over the top, the next day we go, oh, I felt that. That's what we should feel if we're having a good training response. Strong muscles often require a bit of equipment to get us there, but many classes and home exercise programs make use of ankle weights or resistance bands. And over time, those weights should get heavier or the bands should get stronger. This is a good example of how we would progress training over time.
Well, I've been doing the exercises now for 2 years, and I find a big improvement in my joints, my mobility. I've gained confidence. I'm not so scared about falling anymore, and overall I just find it's been very beneficial. When I came for my assessment, I thought, oh, this is not for me. But then as the class went on, we had a good laugh and I thought, oh, it's very friendly. And I must admit, I look forward to every Tuesday. It's a good social morning out as well. And I try and encourage people who ask me about it to come along.
There's one gentleman in particular who does stand out recently for me. He was great within the class, did very well over the 16 weeks, but he wanted something more, and we were able to introduce him to the gym instructors at one of our centres, and it's now become a regular part of his week where he goes to the gym 3 times. He's got a really nice kind of friend network there as well, so there's a lot of banter that goes on between the older gentlemen in the gym.
Being regularly active is obviously good, but there are certain things which really do reduce your risk of falls, and maintaining good strength and good balance are key to that. Things like Tai Chi and dancing make a big difference, but if you've had a few falls, we need to make sure that we improve your strength and balance relatively safely and slowly. Sometimes these classes are called Otago strength and balance classes, sometimes they're led by postural stability instructors, but essentially they have one thing in mind: to help you improve strength and balance. And in order to improve balance, we have to make you feel a bit wobbly. So that's why we have to keep challenging your balance over time and progressing the exercise.
We were working with a lady who was 94 who had broken her hip and had really lost her confidence, and through working with us on some strength and balance exercises and practicing doing the stairs, she managed to get out back into her garden, feeding the birds and things, and I still see her walking in the road to the co-op. It's about 3 years later, and it just shows you it's absolutely incredible. And when you give people the tools that they need to improve their strength and balance, and they can do it themselves, the confidence it gives them, it's absolutely inspiring, and I think it's the most valuable work that I've done as a health professional.
Age is no barrier to exercise. At any age, you can see improvements in strength, in balance, stamina, flexibility. More importantly, the mental health benefits of exercise should never be underestimated. Being in a social environment, having the energy to get out and about and meet friends, stay with hobbies that you've always done, are very important. Some older people are quite worried about the number of medical conditions they might have and how exercise might affect those. It's important to remember that if you go to a class that's run by a full service or linked in with the full services, they'll be trained, highly trained instructors that'll be able to tailor and adapt the exercise to suit you. For example, if you're a bit more wobbly one day than another, they'll make sure you have supported options or you do it seated that day. So they'll always adapt to suit you. A commitment to being active is a commitment for life. We know from research that you can't just do some strength and balance exercises a few times for a few weeks and suddenly become miraculously stronger. You do have to work at it. Most research shows that if you exercise for about 12 weeks, continuing to improve your strength and balance over that time period, probably at least 3 times a week, then we see some really valid reductions in falls. So it's something you have to commit to, but it's something that becomes habit. And if it becomes habit, you do it without thinking. A lot of the exercises, a lot of the instructors will talk to you about doing exercises at home, and it's always important to top up your exercise over and above your class if you join one. For some of you though, you won't want to join a class, or you can't get to a class. Transport options, or perhaps you don't feel you can keep up with other people, or perhaps just as effective at reducing your risk of falls.
For older people,
out there, and for family and carers and health professionals, come along and see the difference it's made to people. Come along and chat to the people in the class. Their confidence is improved, their mobility is improved, their strength is improved, their balance is improved. Holistically, they feel better. Come along and speak to them. Falls prevention works.
You had a lot of great pointers. Things such as maintaining good strength and balance are key. Tai Chi is an excellent exercise for seniors to use. And always push yourself. As you strengthen yourself, take yourself up another level. That's what helps you improve your balance. And it definitely boosts your confidence and also your social circles. You have other people there who are doing it with you as well. And another key takeaway is that if one day you're not as stable as the next, when you go to a place that specializes in doing this, like a community center that specializes in exercises for seniors, they can tailor it and adapt it. They're professionals who can tailor and adapt it to your needs. So definitely lots of wonderful pointers in this video. I will now play the second video, which is the fall prevention exercise level test. This will show you what level is suitable for you.
If you want to try some strength and balance exercise, we've put together 3 little video clips for you to watch and have a go. It's important though to pick the level that most suits you. So to start with, I'm going to ask you to do a little test on yourself on your own balance. Before you start, just a few simple things to remember. Don't exercise if you're not feeling well. Make sure you're wearing comfortable flat shoes. Perhaps if this is your first time and you've been sedentary for some time, it's worth having somebody else around while you're doing it, maybe to do it with you. Always think about your balance. Don't be overconfident. It's best always to start holding on, and if you feel confident, you can reduce your handhold over time. Always start with a good posture. Make sure you're tall, standing tall or sitting tall. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your tummy muscles are pulled in, and make sure you breathe throughout the exercises. So let's see which level you should start on. Try standing on one leg for 30 seconds, but do make sure you're holding on to start with. Can you let go? If you wobble or have to put a foot down quickly, or even maintain holding on to the chair, you ought to start on level 1. If occasionally you have to hold or put a foot down, but only occasionally, you can start on level 2. If 30 seconds without holding on or putting a foot down, you ought to start on level 3. So we hope that you enjoy these exercises. We hope that it encourages you to go and join some exercise sessions, become more physically active and stay steady for longer. Let's make a start. Make sure it's a nice clear area and you can click on any of the levels below to start and have a go at the exercises.
So I cannot begin to stress how much helping yourself, a spouse, or an aging parent to avoid falls goes a long way towards preserving health and independence. If you would like to receive the links to these videos or additional resources, please email me at desiree@seniorliving411.com. Join me tomorrow, Tuesday, November the 17th, for the 411 on fall prevention exercises, strength and balance exercise 1. So tomorrow we'll be showing you another video showing you, if you're level 1, what exercises are suitable for someone like you. Thank you for joining us. And remember that all discussions can be found on YouTube on the Senior Living 411 Incorporated channel or on the Senior Living 411 podcast. And to all my Senior Living 411 viewers, thank you so much for watching. And please remember to like this broadcast, share this broadcast, or subscribe to this broadcast and follow the Senior Living 4-in-1 Incorporated page, or join the Senior Living 4-in-1 Series private Facebook group. Until tomorrow, stay safe